Hey everybody, how's it going? I am absolutely gutted. Welcome to the channel. If you're old here, you may have noticed the name has changed again. But if you're new here, welcome to the channel and do like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing reviews on Manchester United games throughout the season, Premier League, Champions League, all that good shit. So yeah, let's get on with the review. So I just watched the Manchester United Arsenal game and I am absolutely devastated. Absolutely devastated. It was gutting. The most gutting thing is that I think we played really well. I think Ten Hag ball is really coming into its own, and I think whenever Rasmus Højlund came on for his debut today, there was, I don't want to use the word magic, but I felt an energy lift. I felt like the whole team possibly realizing geez, we have an actual striker that can score goals. I think that's what it felt, because there was a couple of times when Bruno made a run forward, and I was like, Bruno hasn't made a run forward like that in years. It was amazing to see, but he didn't score. But he did set up what should have been the winning goal for Manchester United. There was two highlights for Rasmus. There was three highlights really. There was the Rasmus Højlund making runs, backing up into the defenders. He got taken down once. It could have been a penalty. There was also a time when Casemiro spotted him running and he legged it, and he almost got the ball, but unfortunately didn't win. But it was amazing insight from Casemiro to actually spot Rasmus. So I think, and the third one was whenever he set up what should have been a goal for Garnacho, should have been the winning goal, almost like a back heel to Garnacho, and then Garnacho ran on, scored the goal, and it was deemed offside. I don't think it was offside. I think we were robbed, but I'm not going to go big into it. I think I really want to focus on the positives from the game, because that energy whenever Rasmus came on was amazing. And I think the fact that Casemiro's spotting the striker, making the runs, before maybe with Martial doesn't have the speed for whatever reason, maybe they weren't doing it with Rashford. I think that there's a confidence lift to actually make those balls run going forward that will ultimately going to lead to more goals, and that is the exciting thing from the game. The negatives from this game is that obviously we got beaten, and the way we threw away a 1-0 win. Marcus Rashford scored possibly one of the best goals he's scored in a long time, out from the left. Brilliant ball from Eriksen actually. Christian Eriksen made a brilliant run, brilliant ball from the middle out to the left to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford hits it top to the right hand side of the Arsenal keeper, and it's a goal. Brilliant goal. Unfortunately, after that goal, we should have had calm, we should have had chill out, we should have been right, let's focus, let's keep this 1-0 win. But instantly, similarly to last season when we played Arsenal at the Emirates, but even quicker this time, literally instantly Arsenal scored a goal back and it's 1-1. And other than those two goals, it was pretty even. I think in the first half, Arsenal had far more chances. We didn't have a lot of chances in the first half, but Arsenal were slipping up a lot. They weren't looking as confident as they usually were. Man United were passing it a lot at the back, really sort of keeping the ball, trying to keep possession, obviously doing the counter-attack thing, and it worked. I think the way we played in the first half, I was very happy. I went in feeling confident. I went in feeling we can't win this. Then into the second half, obviously it's neck and neck the whole time pretty much. There's a few chances either way. Then when Rasmus comes on, I seriously felt that uplift. I felt a rise in energy, and I think it's a really good thing going forward that we're going to play this Ten Hag ball with whenever Amrabat comes in as well. We got Eriksen, we got Casemiro, we got Bruno, we got Mount. All these creative midfielders that can get the ball up to Rasmus and get goals. And then to talk more about from whenever Rasmus came on, obviously there was that goal that Garnacho I should have stood, but minutes later, Declan Rice scores a great goal off his chin into the back of the net. Fair play to Declan Rice, great goal. But there was another it could have been a penalty. A lot of one of the issues was it looked like Johnny Evans got pulled down, but Johnny Evans, big guy, shouldn't be getting pulled down anyway. A lot of the fans are giving off a Ten Hag at the moment. So basically, to cut back as well, Declan Rice scored that goal, then Arsenal scored a third goal. Doesn't really matter about the third goal, they'd won the game by that anyway. But there's a couple of things to talk about as well that annoyed me, that Arsenal they celebrated that Declan Rice goal for like 7 or 8 minutes. Sky Sports were cutting away to outside of the Emirates Stadium and all, showing the fans that left the stadium, showing the Arsenal fans that left the stadium because they thought that United had won the game, pretty much. And then they were celebrating outside because their mates had obviously texted them or whatever, decided to score, they could hear the Arsenal fans shouting. But I thought that time wasting element of like 6 or 7 minutes of celebrating wasn't cool whenever the Premier League are supposed to be talking about all this, no time wasting. But yet when Arsenal score, a goal to go 2-1 up, they are giving up. They're obviously letting them celebrate as much as they want, so they don't really care about time wasting in the Premier League whenever they're doing stuff like that, which is a bit strange. But anyway, it goes on ahead and they get the 3-1 win. They get another goal after that, and I think from the Rice goal it was really over, but we could have scraped another. We could have got a goal back and it would have been 2-2, and you never know if they hadn't celebrated that amount of time. But to talk about the negatives, to talk about what the negatives are at the moment, I think the Manchester United fans that are calling for Ten Hag's job, that are saying that the Manchester United are bringing on Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire. Like, I honestly don't think if we had brought on Jaap Stam and Rio Ferdinand, would have it made a huge amount of difference at that time. Obviously, maybe Jaap Stam mightn't get pulled down the way Johnny Evans did, but like, I don't think you can fully blame the defeat on bringing Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire on. I think, number one, Harry Maguire actually played really well when he came on. He was, he's playing a different position that he's used to a degree. Like, I know he's playing centre back, but he's all off to the right. He's then playing Ten Hag's new system, and he was doing a lot of good things. He had a couple of good balls forward. He did a couple of balls, to the left hand side, to the right hand side. He was pushing forward, which I like to see. Johnny Evans, he didn't do a huge amount. He blocked the ball once. He made a couple of tackles. Ultimately, people will blame him maybe for and Maguire for the Rice goal, but Declan Rice scored a cracker goal, and there's not a lot. There was the energy of the whole team at the time that made that goal go in. It wasn't the fact that we brought on the two players. And I think the people need to realise that Johnny Evans and Maguire are good defenders. They're not, I don't know. I don't want to say they're not world class, but they're a good substitute defender to bring on, and they're not, I don't really think that they're the reason that we lost the game. I think that we need to be looking at the positives, and to me the positives are that Rasmus Højlund looks amazing. He looks speed, he looks energy, he looks goals. The way Casemiro and Bruno played with him, it looked amazing. The way Rashford was even connected with him, and especially at the end whenever Garnacho was looking. And the one person that I wasn't not mentioning yet, who I think played outstanding, but actually it was a bit strange when he came off, it was Anthony. Like, Anthony, the first half and the second half was 10 out of 10. He was back and forth, and doing his thing, keeping the ball, holding the ball, running with the ball, making crosses. I think he did really well, and you can see the huge progression with Anthony. And there was a bit of a strange thing when he came off. There was Maguire made a long pass, and it looked as though he was passing towards Anthony, but then Anthony sort of just seemed to leave it. And that was the one thing that worried me about Anthony. I was like, oh, that's a bit strange. And don't know if anyone else picked up on that, but anyway, Anthony came off for Garnacho, and then Garnacho was amazing, so it was a good substitute from Ten Hag. But I think like the highlights, the best players for me in the pitch were Dalot, Anthony, Højlund when he came on, and Bruno, Casemiro even. I think Onana played well. I think Martinez was amazing in the first half. Lindelof played okay, and Wan-Bissaka played okay, and I think Rashford obviously played great. With Martial is the only one who, again, people will be saying he's not good enough, but I think in the first half he did play okay, and even at the start of the second half, I think that's why Rasmus Højlund got a bit less time than he even expected, because Martial was there's a feeling I felt like Martial was maybe going to score a goal. I think he needs to get his fitness up a bit and his confidence up a bit, and like there's still a player in Martial. I know we say this every year, but I do think there's still a player there, and I have faith. But yeah, I just wanted to put this video because I think it's not as it's a gutting feeling to get beat like that. And I was saying whenever we scored that Garnacho goal, I was up dancing. I was like, yes, high fiving. It was the best feeling ever. But it's not as bad as it is, and we've got an international break now. And I'm going to miss Manchester United football, but the transfer window's closed. Manchester United got defeated by Arsenal, but I'm happy with how we played, and I'm excited for the Champions League football going forward. So this is my match review of Arsenal versus Manchester United. We got beat, but I think we played well. So if you like this at all, thanks for listening, and like, subscribe, and I'm going to be making more of these videos. So yeah, like and subscribe. Cheers, bye.